Hi everyone, my name is Piterpakulski. Today we will continue talking about the information that you need to build your business plan or financial model if you have some business idea. So at previous videos we were talking about investment plan, what information do you need for the investment stage expenses. Then we were talking about revenues, about pricing, quantity, what components form the revenues. And today we will be talking about a very important block of inputs, which is called direct costs or direct expenses. What are they? What is it? So direct expenses are the type of expenses which rise if your revenue rises and decrease if your revenue decreases. So this is very important block of data that you will need. So direct expenses or costs. So how we can specify what is that? So if revenues grow, then direct costs, if we look at direct costs, they will grow. On the contrary, if revenue decreases, then direct costs will decrease. And what is very important thing about direct costs is that you have to look at your business idea and try to remember all different types of costs that depend on the revenues. So this is very important to mention all of them. So you have to create the list. So first of all, you need to create the list of these direct expenses, and then what is very important, so if we are talking about direct expenses, we can't calculate them, for example, dollars, their amount as dollar per month. We are not calculating like this. We are calculating direct expenses as dollar per 1 unit of parameter. Let's say X. And this X can be, for example, X can be dollar per one product. So some direct expenses are linked with the amount of products that you are selling, or are linked to the amount of services that you are selling. Some direct, and you have to calculate, if you want accurately calculate the direct expenses, you first of all need to calculate the amount of product sold. So first of all, you need to calculate the amount of product sold, and then this amount you will multiply on the dollar value. So for example, this will be, for example, $2.5 per product multiplied the amount of products sold, units. So to calculate the direct expenses right, you have to calculate this value first to prepare the base for direct expense calculation. Or for example, some direct expenses can be can be measured from dollar per one new customer. And so they will be, for example, be $3.5 per one new user or new customer, for example. And to calculate direct expenses right, you will have to calculate the amount of new users. So you have to make some preparations to calculate these direct expenses. Or, for example, this can be dollar per one existing customer. Or it can be nominated in dollar per shift, and you have to calculate how many shifts per month does your equipment work. Or it can be nominated in dollar per hour when your production line works, and you have to calculate how many hours does your production line work inside the month according to some seasonality. So it's very important. So what is important about direct expenses? You have to link these expenses to different parameters. So these parameters, and you have to calculate the amount of the natural amount of these parameters to calculate in money the amount of direct expenses. And you have to be very attentive mentioning all the direct expense items, because if you will be inaccurate, you won't be able to see the operating losses, you won't be able to see the correct amount of financing that you will need to start the business. So that's why direct expenses are very important when you think of the information that you need to start the business. So for direct expense calculation, you first of all need to know you need to know two components. The first component is just a moment. So you need to know this component, and the second, you will need to know these components. So what you are linking these expense to. And when you are done with that, if you specify these links right, you will be able to see quite accurately the real amount of financing that you will need to start the business. You will be able to see the real amount of operating losses. You will be able to see the real profitability of your business idea. So direct expenses is very important part of your business idea, so don't be in a hurry mentioning all the direct cost items. So just give yourself some time to think of all these direct expense items, because if you miss something, it will be very you will be able to see an accurate expense level. You will be able to see inaccurate profit level, profitability level, and so on. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You may give us a like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. You can also order financial models from scratch for your unique business ideas. We can help you with that. So see you guys in next videos. Thank you and bye.